In an earlier video, I discussed how Ramadan this month is not only about fasting. We have to remind ourselves that when we say Ramadan is a month of fasting, that we don't make it just about fasting. There's other aspects that we really need to bring to life. Ramadan is also a month of the Quran. It's the month of bringing the Quran to life. It's a month of community. It's a month of connecting with the community, with your local community, with the national community, with the ummah at large, with the whole ummah around the world, and with the human community. So there are a lot of aspects of Ramadan, and sometimes if we focus on certain things and make that the foundation that we're building this month on, then we lose sight of other very important things. And a couple of examples are, we lose sight of serving our families during Ramadan. Two examples. One is that during this month, if we make this month a month of feasting and not a month of fasting, if we turn it into long, arduous days of leaving food and drink and other matters, and then at the end of the day we have this feast, well, somebody has to prepare that feast. And what happens a lot of times is that women in the home are expected to create these feasts, or maybe on their own accord they want to do that. But the point is that sometimes people will spend hours in the kitchen preparing for that nightly feast, and then all that time at the end of the day, after Asr, or even before time, that could have been used in worship is now spent in preparation for this feast. A lot of time is also chewed up in shopping. And so if the husband is working all day, or if the wife is working, and then they come home and then their spouse is making this meal, or they're expecting somebody, their family, their mother, their children, whoever it is that they're expecting to make this meal, well, then that person loses out on the ability to bring this month to worship and is now missing out on a lot. So let's work to serve our families and help balance what we plan to do in this month. The second example I wanted to mention is helping our children balance in school. Right now, Ramadan is falling right in the last couple of weeks for school for most people. And we know that in the last couple of weeks, it's a time of exams. And so a lot of people will sacrifice the month of fasting and encourage their children to break their fast for the exams. But what we could do is help our kids, help our children who are still in school, whether they're in grade school or high school or higher education, in college and so forth. Let's help them pace themselves to make sure that they can still fast and pass their exams, but they're going to need our help. So if we as individuals, if we focus just on our worship and we're not worried about other people in the house, we're not worried about the people who are preparing the food, we're not worried about people who are preparing for school and have to get through exams, let's maybe sacrifice some of our worship in helping them. And this is part of bringing the month of Ramadan to life in more than just our own personal fasting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.